Happy Thanksgiving. I'm trying to make this about 3 minutes long. About 3 minutes long. And I don't know how to title this. Some time ago, I gave a short on the song called Rock With You, sung by Michael Jackson, and it was created by Rod Temperton. And I was saying how the song was an easy song to play, and it was simple, and I'm gonna stand by that because I was reading the comment section and people were like, it's more to it than just that, blah blah blah, and I'm like, it may have been more to it. It may have been more to it than just what I was putting out for you. Some people may struggle a little bit harder with learning pieces, but it wasn't like that for me. At its core, and mind you, my musical coach was or is a classically trained pianist of over 60 years, and she played for the Ka show, the Ka series, Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. And when you have great teachers and great coaches, some things just become simple to you. And I began to play that piece and played it with ease. And it was simple to me because I was trained to go through the music. And you can see me going through the music on the short, going through it, looking for the chord changes, looking for this. And here's one thing that I have a great memory. I have a great memory, and that's something that I've had since I was a child. I have a great memory where my music teacher would grab my parents and say, look at this. This guy is literally playing what I'm playing by ear, by memory. And when I put my reading to it, I used to play the whole entire piece, just play it out at that level. I'm quite sure I can't do that at this level. Now, seeing what it takes to get into some of these schools of music, you got to play contemporary pieces, three of them, the classical pieces this way, and those, and to get accepted into the school, you got to know your stuff. Not to say that I don't, but that takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. When I first started playing, I was practicing 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day. And I guess I want to title this, What Does Your Practice Look Like? I pulled a song up today called Human Nature. And if I have the name right, it's either Steve Pocarro or Scott Pocarro that is the writer of the song. And John Bettis changed a couple of, the core verse. And I began to play the song for probably about 35 minutes strong. And mind you, I'm not at my other house, so I don't have the sheet music to pull. So what I'm pulling from, the inspiration that I'm pulling from, is I actually went back and pulled from the original writer himself and saw him play the piece and sat down and say, okay, this is his movement right here. He's playing in the key of G, modulating to the key of A. Do you hear that walk down? These are all the things that I am thinking and playing at the same time. I got my where's it at? Travel board right there. Another piano right there. But when I don't want to disturb anybody, I put headphones in there and I began to practice that whole entire riff, dissect the song. And we're talking about in 33 to 40 minutes. 33 to 40 minutes. And once you get to that level of musicianship, in my eyes, things become simple because of the way your brain is thinking. Oh, this is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. Do you hear how he's hitting that grace note? Do you catch, the conflicting tones that he's doing, the walk downs, of this, that? All this is happening within those 30 minutes. And when I get a chance to sit down at the piano, again, it's Thanksgiving, so we've got to get prepared for a family event. When I get a chance to sit down at the piano, I will display, and I actually have displayed that song. If you just YouTube, Human Nature, SWV, you'll see a short snippet of me pop up where I was doing a different version of it where it was great within itself. But I wanted to get into what that writer was thinking at that time. And Mr. Pocarro said that he had actually written that song for his daughter because his daughter was asking why certain things were happening. And I mean, he said, I wrote it. I went into the studio in one take. I had it done. And he said the only part that was changed was probably the first couple of verses. I would say a number of verses were changed in there. Looking out into the night sky. John Bettis came and he actually wrote that. But as far as the chorus, why some just say it's human nature, he said we stuck with that. So when I'm sitting down to learn a piece, I'm drawing from all these inspirations. I actually pulled up a YouTube clip of what it was like when Michael Jackson was in the studio and he had to sing the song. And they said that Michael Jackson was asleep. He was asleep. And, and when he woke up, it was, of course, the nighttime. And he said, now I'm ready to do the song. And when he did the song, I said, wow, what was Michael Jackson thinking? To sit there and actually, wake up at nighttime, true to the song, wake up at nighttime, looking out, and the emotion and I like to call it the conjuring. That's a different topic of conversation that Michael Jackson had to do just to make that song what it was. We had the writers that made it what it was. Steve Pocarro and John Bettis, or Scott, but I believe it's Steve Pocarro. And then we had Michael Jackson coming in and actually putting his heart and soul and emotion into that song. So when I'm learning a new piece or I'm relearning a piece, because I've played the piece and now I'm saying, well, let me go and dig deeper and to find out exactly what this piece is doing, exactly what this music is saying. Let me dig in to find out what the original writer was thinking. Let me hear him play it. And when I heard him play it, I could tell that he wrote the song. I said when I heard him play it, I said he wrote the song. He played, and he's heavy-handed too. He wrote the song, and when I heard how Michael Jackson had gotten into the mood of singing the song, I said, wow, this is a great song. And I began to hammer it out and then add my little touches of nuances to it. So when I say a song like Rod Temperton's, what song was that? I Want to Rock With You is simple. That's because to me it is. That's because of look what everything that I had to do to dive into that. Now for other people that's learning it, they may be like, I didn't go that far and it's a lot harder and a lot of technicalities and synthesizers and blah blah blah. Yeah, I give it that. Those are nuances, but at its skeleton. And your piano teacher will actually teach you that. Take a song and take it down to the skeleton. It's a simple song. So take that with you for today. Make that another music tip. What does your practice look like? What does your practice look like? And there's levels to practicing. There's levels of whether you're practicing scales. When you see these concert pianists have to practice before they perform, I mean, they're doing some very amazing stuff, which I'll probably never be able to do because I'm a lot older and my hands are stiffer. But I'm getting there, and you can get there too. So as far as if you're learning a piece and somebody's telling you it's more complex, brush the hate off of your shoulder or your shoulder and sit there and look at a song for what it is. You can do it. You can sit down and play it. It shouldn't be anything too difficult. It's like when I was learning the Chopin's Nocturne Op. 9. It depends on how you approach a song and how you get into a song. You can either look at it as difficult, or you can look at it as, hey, I look at it as, man, this is really a great piece. this is really a great piece. And you start to dissect that song, whether it's classical, whether it's contemporary, whether it's your own piece. You actually start to dissect that song, and you start to pick it apart, and then you start putting everything back together again. And once you put everything back together again and take it apart and put it back together again, you begin having fun with the song, and then you start adding you into the song. So keep in mind, there's nothing too hard. Hard is a state of mind. As long as you have the good foundations of practice, you got a good foundational core of practicing, you can do it. You can do it, but it takes time just sitting down at your instrument. Piano, guitar. I was thinking, oh, the guitar is so hard. I love the guitar. Love it. I mean, there's a different feel to it. It's like my body's wrapped around it. I can feel the gliding of my fingers along the strings. Or if it's the bass guitar, you feel how thick those strings are. Or, I really get into playing a piece, which, back to the topic of conversation, when I say this is simple, to me, it really is. Let me know how things are for you. Peace.